have you ever had the opportunity of reading the epistles of Ignatius, the Bishop of Antioch, who was martyred in 108 AD?
No.
Okay. As he was going to Rome to be martyred as a Christian follower of Jesus, he wrote 7 epistles to various churches and 1 to an individual. And I'd like to read you a couple quotes, because you said this was invented at the Council of Nicaea, and yet this is this obviously 108 is what, 217 years before the Council of Nicaea. And so one of the earliest followers of Jesus outside the New Testament, he says, quoting, Ignatius, who is also called Theophorus, to her who has been blessed in greatness of the fullness of God the Father, ordained before time to be always resulting in permanent glory, unchangeably united and chosen in true passion, by the will of the Father and of Jesus Christ our God. To the church which is in Ephesus of Asia, worthy of felicitation, abundant greetings in Jesus Christ and blameless joy. So he calls Jesus our God. In the same letter, he says, my spirit is but an offscouring of the cross, which is a scandal to the unbelieving, but to us it is salvation and life eternal. Where is the wise man? Where is the disputer? Where is the boasting of those who are called understanding? For our God, Jesus the Christ, was conceived by Mary according to a dispensation of God from the seed of David, yes, but of the Holy Spirit as well. And in writing to the Romans, I'll just give you one more. I've got at least 10 others if you wanted them, but just one more. In his letter to the Romans, for our God, Jesus Christ, being in the Father, is more plainly seen. So, given that there are numerous sources of individuals speaking not only of Jesus as God, but speaking with Trinitarian language, such as the Epistle of Clement to the Romans, which could be even in the 1st century. Melito of Sardis, oh my goodness, talking about God being crucified, so on and so forth. How can you say that this was an invention at the Council of Nicaea when even Arius, who was the primary opposition at Nicaea to Alexander, who was from Alexandria, even he described Jesus as God? It was just this definition of a God who had been created at a later time. Everyone there agreed that this language was used of Jesus. So how could it be invented there when all of the historical documentation says that in the centuries beforehand there was a tremendous amount of discussion amongst the Christians of this common belief of theirs in the deity of Jesus Christ?